Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season finale for season one of the Iron City Roundhouse Report. We got an all-star cast on deck with us here tonight, and we just want to thank all of them for being here tonight, but also for the time that they spent with us during the season one, and which is going to be like a big holiday send-off and maybe a little bit of preview of some plans that we have for the new year and our new season. It's hard to tell with the crew we got here tonight where this might go, but Pat, I'm really looking forward to what we have in store for our last show of our successful first season. How are you feeling right now?
This is great. This is the first time we've done like a live session except for Altoona, but with a lot of people have called in tonight to wish us well on our first season. And we also want to thank them for being a part of a great first season. Man, I can't believe we've come to an end to season one and all the great attributes our members have put into the show. The show is because of our members and because of our great page, the Iron City page, and all the friends that we've made during this year, and all the new friends we've made also. So I'm looking forward to saying hello to everybody. Brad, I know it's a long list, but do you want to try to conquer some of the list to who's here this evening with us?
Yeah, I will give that a shot. I've also been informed that since we're live, that I have to behave or something, which I don't think that's in my contract. So you're going to be hearing from from the union student on this one. But yeah, we just want to once again extend a big thank you to everybody who has taken the time to download us, listen to us. It just makes this so much fun to know that there are people on the other end who are enjoying this, and that's what keeps us going. So the cast we have here tonight, and Pat, feel free to jump in and help me out if I'm missing somebody. But we first of all have all the way from sunny Southern California, our good friend Bob Fry. Bob, welcome. Do you want to say a few words of hello to the audience?
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I enjoyed being on the podcast this year.
Likewise to Bob, we have too. We also have one of the Iron City Young Guns, Connor Deerdorf, here with us. Connor, welcome, and let everybody know how you're feeling tonight.
Hey, Brad, Pat, thanks for having me on again. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a great year listening to the podcast. I think this has been a great development. A lot of good stories told. So looking forward to season 2 for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Connor. And he's going to follow up with another young gun, one of the bright young stars of Iron City, Blake George, who tells me that George Blake is not here tonight. So it's just Blake George. Welcome, Blake, and it's great to have you here.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, that's right. It's just Blake George tonight, and thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. I'm just going in the order that these icons are popping up, Pat. So if I'm not seeing all of them and you're seeing somebody that I missed, go ahead and jump in. But next on my list is our good buddy from upstate New York, Chris Ketch, who was one of our early and may have been our first special guest, I think, this year, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome back once again, Chris. It's great as always to hear from you.
Oh, it's good to be back, and probably everybody won't remember me because I was the poor guy that had to follow Todd Treaster.
Oh, that's right. You were. I was thinking you were right before Todd, but you were right after.
Right after.
Yeah, you did fine. You did fine. So welcome back, buddy.
It's good to be back.
Next up is our Iron City historian who disturbed me today by sending a picture of himself in his pajamas, but we won't get into detail with that. But the Iron City historian is our very own Richard Shirey. Richard, it's great to have you here. It's great to talk to you as always. So welcome to the season finale.
Thanks, Brad and Patrick, for having me back. Season 1 was a great year, and I would suggest to all the listeners, if they're interested in any episode, to listen to all the episodes. They're all worth listening and downloading. Also, just wanted to take a moment just to say Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year from my family to you and yours.
Thank you, Richard. It's great to have you here. Next up, we have all the way from New Jersey, the neighboring state to Pennsylvania, the owner of a layout you may have heard of, the Onondaga Cutoff. We have our good friend here, and he's filled several roles. He's been a guest on his own, I think. He's been part of the Office Car Special with Todd Treaster and Dave. We've had some really good sessions with that, and he was also a yard master on the Go Big or Go Home episode, where we had guys at some of the larger scales. So Dave Abelese, my good friend, welcome back again, and we're very glad to have you here with us once again on the finale.
Well, Merry Christmas, Pat. Merry Christmas, Brad, and everybody on here tonight. I love what this podcast is becoming. It starts off with a great group of guys in the Iron City N Scale Club, but it's grown, I think, quickly to be something. It's a name that's getting recognized, and it's because of the quality of what you guys are doing, Pat and Brad. And it's drama free. It's about having fun with our favorite hobby here and spending time with good people as part of that. So this is the start of a fun tradition. I can echo, jump in. There's a lot of good material here just in the first season, and we're just getting started. So this is an exciting time. It's an exciting time, which is what the holidays should be. So from the Onondaga Cutoff and from my family to everyone's here, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, and whatever you celebrate may bring you guys joy through the holidays and into the new year.
Thank you, Dave. So we're always glad to have you here. And Pat, we're doing something right when Dave's excited, because that's such a rare thing when Dave gets excited.
I know, especially talking about the hobby. I mean, you would never be excited about that.
Yeah, that's the problem. When me and Todd get together on this thing, there's a confluence, and
that's when Pat and I we just close down and go to bed and say, Todd and Dave, just hit the stop button when you're.
Well, to hear what Ketchy has to say, and Blake and Connor, some of the younger guys coming up through. It's just I remain convinced an exciting time to be in this hobby. So what you guys are doing is a service to us all, and I'm grateful for it.
Well, thank you. We're grateful to have you here, and your kind words mean a lot, as do everyone's. We do appreciate that. It means a lot. So thank you, Dave. And the next person on my list is another one of our young guns from the Pittsburgh area, Jimmy Brown. Jimmy, welcome, and we're so glad to have you with us again tonight. Jimmy he's been a yard master at least once, and you've been involved in a couple more of them too, Jimmy. It's always good. Jimmy always does a really nice job when he's on with this, and it's been really fun personally for me to watch Jimmy over the years. He was there from pretty close to the beginning, and he's just he's doing some of the NMRA stuff that you do to get certificates and such, and you can just see him continually improving as a modeler, and it's great to see what he's doing with his Wheeling and Lake Erie HO scale layout. So Jimmy, welcome. We're very glad to have you here with us on the finale too.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the kind words. And goes without saying, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. And for anyone just tuning in for the first time, I say start with episode 1 and go from there.
Thanks, Jimmy. Great to have you here. And the last, but certainly not least guy on my list is our senior chief here. He's heavily involved in the NMRA, and he's also the recently placed president of NRAIL, but Andy is the chairperson of the Standards and Conformances Committee of the NMRA. And I know we've said this before, but to me, he's the unsung hero of the NMRA, because what he does there isn't flashy and isn't always attention getting, but the work that he and his team do basically is the fundamental foundation for the hobby, and the reason why we can enjoy so many of the awesome products and cross compatibility and all that is because of the work that those guys are doing. So thank you for that, Andy, and thank you for being a part of season 1. And it's great to have you here with us on the finale.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I enjoyed it the couple of times that I was on. You guys are doing a fantastic job. It's a great new podcast. And for people who haven't had a chance to really actually sit in and listen in, they really need to strap themselves in and sit down and listen to it. You got a road trip coming up, turn it on and enjoy. So I want to also wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. And I probably won't talk to you before the new year, so Happy New Year as well. So
thank you very much, Andy, for your kind words, and we once again appreciate you being on here. And we hope we don't have any more fisticuffs between the officer and the enlisted man like has happened before.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but by the time we broadcast this, I think the Army-Navy game will be the weekend coming up. So go Army, beat Navy.
no, it's not happening. And it's on.
I love it because we have both an inter-service rivalry and an officer versus enlisted man rivalry here. It's always great. So I think I got everybody there, Pat. Did
Yeah, Brad.
anybody speak up? Okay, good. So
Yeah, I think we got everybody for now. We might have some other people jumping on later as we are live, like we talked about. And this is our first time doing a live podcast, except for the Altoona show. And I kind of like the format. We're kind of just here with everybody, and we'll just throw maybe a couple of topics out tonight. But first, Brad and I want to tell you, hey, we're going away, but we're not closing shop. We're just going to reset, record some for over the holidays to get ready for season 2. And we'll be back eventually. We're looking probably the week before the Amherst show or the Springfield show or the Big E or whatever you want to call it. It'll be my first time there, so we're gonna try to come up there. I don't believe we're gonna do any hard displays because Brad and I really want to walk around and say hello to everybody. But that's going to be probably that weekend before Amherst. So that's probably going to be the third week in January when we're going to come back. That gives everyone a chance to listen to Brad. Can you believe it? It'll be 18 episodes in season 1. So
yeah,
that looks pretty good.
It just seems, it wasn't that long ago that we started. It was just back in April, but it seems like forever ago because so much has happened and we've gotten so much help from people because let's face it, Pat, neither one of us really had, we participated in podcasts before, but we didn't have the first clue really about how to actually make one. So as you and I typically do, we jump in with both feet into a pond that's about to get struck by lightning and just see how it happens. And Bob in particular was very helpful early on with getting some of the audio imbalance issues that we were having straightened out. And so we thank Bob Frying for that, who's here with us tonight. But it's been a heck of a ride, and I've enjoyed spending it with you, Pat, but also with all these awesome guys we have here tonight and the outstanding guests that couldn't be here with us right now, but we may be able to get them. As you said, they may pop in, or we may record something with them later to include as part of the show. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I've thoroughly enjoyed all of the new people that we've been able to connect with as a result of this. We thought we were going to get ready to kind of plateau off as far as membership to the Facebook page was concerned. But I see this week that has started to kind of explode again, and we're really not sure what's causing that, but we appreciate it. And the more people we can have join us who are like-minded and who are enjoying the same drama-free parts of the hobby, as Dave mentioned, that we enjoy, we just love to have as many of you folks as we can get involved. So looking forward to what the future has. And like Pat said, we're going to be gone for a little over a month now. So if you haven't listened to all the podcasts and there's some you'd like to catch up on, the next month would be a good time to do that. But we will not be disappearing. We're just taking a break between seasons, and we'll be back, middle to late January. We'll be back. And Pat mentioned Springfield. It's kind of exciting because this is going to be Pat's first trip to Springfield. Uncle Dave, did you get the tinfoil hats and the rattlesnakes that we need for the initiation that night at Springfield?
Absolutely. And a keg in the funnel too. We're going to be in good shape.
Well, that was going to be there even if there wasn't an invitation.
I'll tell you what, though, Springfield, Pat, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a mind-blowing experience the first time you go in modern ages. I had been years ago and it was awesome, but one of the nice parts about getting involved with a Modeler's Life a couple of years ago was that I got the opportunity to be up there at the show and have a table. And boy, what an experience to see people, to be able to walk the show and be part of that energy. It's fantastic. So you're going to have a ball, Pat, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Anybody that can make it, it is time well spent in the hobby.
Yeah, if anybody has never been there, I would say it's something. If you're thinking it might not be worth it to go just once at least, it's worth it and more. If you're a model railroader, it's basically impossible to not have a good time. Which, speaking of first timers, I see Tomcat Catalano made his way in. He's also going to be a first timer there. So Tom, I didn't get a chance to welcome you. If you can hear me, how are you doing? And we want to thank you for being part of this too. I don't know if he's showing as messaging, Pat, but maybe he's not here. So hopefully
Yeah.
we can get.
We'll try to get him on. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get him again. But yeah, Pat. So I'm looking forward to spending time with you there at Springfield. We'll be in downtown Springfield at the hotel this year, and good bunch of guys. I know we're going to be there, so that's going to be a lot of fun for us. So
You can look for Brad and I will have our official Iron City Roundhouse Report hats and T-shirts on. So you look for the guys in black, the Johnny Cash lookalikes. So.
But I just want to thank you guys again for what you've done. Just it's a big leap to start putting something together on a regular basis, continually to be on the web. And I'm for Iron City to be doing this the way you guys are doing it is just a pleasure to be involved with. It really is.
So yeah, from the podcast, the whole original concept was to draw people back to the page and then kind of point out the page to people on the podcast to kind of listen. But as Brad mentioned before, in the last 30 days, we've had over 100 new members. So we're very excited about that. So for a lot of people, we're probably going to push this out in publication mid-December or early December. And for a lot of folks, it'll be the first time seeing the Iron City podcast. So if they're listening for the first time, they'll see there's a lot of catching up to do. But what I'm really excited about, and I'll let you guys all pitch in here and talk about it, is the amount of new layouts and early construction that I'm seeing on the page, and all the positive feedback people are having. And a lot of people were troubleshooting DCC, or they're asking about grades, or what do I do now? How do I redo my scenery? We have someone that's completely redoing their layout. They're kind of giving us a videography of all that. So I just wanted to hear what some of you guys might have to say about the page and all the new things going on.
If I could slip a question in here, what you just said there brought a question to my mind. I got a question for Uncle Dave and for Senior Chief Andy. Pat just mentioned troubleshooting DCC. What does that mean? Are you familiar with that term?
Absolutely. But you know what? If you just use NCE, it's just worse.
That is definitely an advantage. I'm happy I went that way myself. Look, I mean, it's like anything else. Each of our layouts, even a Lupa track with just one DCC system hooked up to it, each of our layouts is a little bit of a Frankenstein. Everybody's got a different way of turning it on. Everybody's, you plug this in first, then you turn this on, then you turn on this, and you put it's the nature of the hobby. So just like your favorite locomotive that you've tuned up just right, or a weathering process, or putting together your favorite freight train or passenger train, it's just part of the process. And so, if you have trouble, the key is, and I think Andy and I will agree on this one, the key is to reach out and ask for help. We've never had better access to people to ask for help in this hobby.
That's the truth. And that's one of the things that I love about our group on Iron City. When it was just, I can still remember like yesterday when we were in the teens, Pat, and when questions came, there were 2 or 3 guys that could answer it. Now, sometimes there are questions that like I or Richard or one of our mainstay guys don't even see for a couple of days. But by the time we see it, some of the people who have come along who are very knowledgeable in the meantime are there answering questions and giving good information to people. So it is nice to be able to connect like this. And it's just amazing to be a part of what's going on in the hobby right now. It's something that we've really never seen before. I'm old enough that I can remember the days where if you needed to talk to somebody about the stuff that we routinely talk about on Facebook now, it could take weeks until you could get to a hobby store or, meet up with somebody who knew the answer to your question. Now, oftentimes those answers are literally seconds away, and it's just a fantastic time to be in the hobby.
Yeah. And, people don't want to, a lot of people I see on these other pages, well, if we just do some research, well, no, we are the research. We are the Google, for model railroading for folks. When you got the plaster on your hands and you're using your elbow to key in a question because you've done something wrong. You're hoping someone's out there that can answer a question in a timely manner and not just answer the question. Hey, have you thought about this? Here's step one. Here's step two. Don't panic. The glue washes off the track, right? That's my new saying. The glue washes off the track in model railroad. You can mess up and clean up and get back on there and get the train running again. Not that I did that once, but anyhow,
just once.
Patrick,
Go ahead.
I wanted to jump in real quick too and just remind all the listeners and the new people on the Iron City N-Scale group. There's no dumb questions. Don't be if you're like, hey, what do I hook this black wire to this red wire? Ask the question. Don't make like a fatal mistake. Ask the question. There's like no dumb question. Everybody was a beginner once, and everybody here is happy to help. Like we're not judging anybody. It's we're there to help everybody.
Now, all this stuff can get redone, especially when it comes to weathering and scenery and track laying, ballast. You can run into some money if you burn up a decoder. That's where I totally agree. Ask the questions first. But even then, both of these manufacturers that do most of our decoder work, Soundtrax and ESU, they both have very good warranty policies, and both of them have been very generous with me with my ham-fisted hands trying to blow this up or that. They've both made good on that warranty for me. So don't be afraid. This stuff is worth jumping into, and the more chances you take with it, the more fun you're going to have with it.
Yep. It's Brad, let me remind people too that as the Standards and Conformance Department Chair for the NMRA, if you guys got any questions, if you absolutely have any questions, I got a 102-man team sitting there at the NMRA, all volunteers. Some of them work for decoder manufacturers or assist with decoder manufacturers. And my team, helps write and set the standards for that stuff. So if you have a question about DCC or how something works or how do I test something, you can reach out and I will make sure that somebody on my team gets back to you.
That's awesome. Thanks.
That's awesome. Thank you, Andy.
Yep.
But it's only because you're Iron City N Scalers.
Use your special code.
Use your promo code.
Yep. Hey, so I'd like to go around a little bit and just ask everybody maybe a little bit about, hey, what would you like to see in season 2, or what would you like to hear? We had some really good feedback, and I'll wait to answer what I got on the page, but I'll go with Jimmy Braun first. What are some things you'd like to see in season 2?
Well, personally, I'd like to see more interviews with layout owners. That would be wonderful to see, and some more interviews with either industry experts or those involved with the tourist railroads that are really popular in our world right now.
Jimmy, I'm glad you said that. We got you up in season 2 to be a co-host. We don't want to give it away yet, but the timing didn't work for season 1, so we're hoping to have you back in season 2 with a very good special guest. So we're looking forward to that, Jimmy. Hopefully that works out really well for us.
The only hint we'll drop on this is this guy has a really awesome first name. So that's the only hint.
How about you, Connor? What are you looking for season 2?
I gotta agree with Jimmy. The interviews with like the industry insiders, people that work with tourist railroads, those are awesome, and I love to hear those. At least a couple that have been put out in this podcast and others. I'm definitely looking forward to more of those in season 2, whichever ones may come out.
Okay, hey Blake, how about you? What would you like to see in season 2?
I think I'm going to echo Connor and Jimmy a lot, but I'd also like to be able to personally contribute some more. I had a lot of fun on the couple times that I've been on, so hopefully just be able to keep contributing and help to promote the hobby. It's always a lot of fun to be able to share what I know, and a lot of times I even learn something. So definitely that's what I'd like to see in season 2. Maybe that's a little selfish of me to say, but
Yeah, we
as
love
someone
to
who
have you back.
doesn't
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't like the sound of their own voice, I would gladly come back to listen to myself on this.
Our yard masters have been some of our most successful podcasts so far this year with viewership. So our listeners,
Yeah, those are a lot of fun.
I think it's because you get a different angle from different folks, and you're hearing some things. We can always ratchet that up a little bit more with the nuts and bolts of it, but I think there's a good balance there of just some good humor and some good storytelling and just some, hey, this is how you do something. Not to the clinic level, but almost. Just enough to send a DM, right? Hey, I heard you on this show. Can you help me a little bit further on whatever issue you had or whatever theory we had on something? So, Bob, what do you got? What do you think for season 2?
I would like to see much of the same. I would also like to see discussions about, the NMRA, this new rebranding, but how is Iron City, how can we move model railroading forward together and kind of make that a theme and see if we can really build this and go forward.
That sounds
a great idea, Bob. Yeah, thanks. I mean, we definitely open to that. That's kind of what we're all about without having ever really said it as eloquently as you just did there. But yeah, I love that idea.
How about you, Chris? What are you thinking up in the north? I know you're probably still digging out of snow to get to your mail. It's been a month.
Yeah, I haven't. It has been too bad up by Lake Ontario by me. But you know what I really want to hear? I want to hear a whole episode on all the trash trades Patrick Morrissey. And I want to go into the nuts and bolts about it. Everyone.
That would require we could spend the whole season.
The lives and tribulations of the trash train finder, right?
Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say, that's my worry is when I'm going to go to Springfield, everybody's going to go, hey, there's Pat Moore, the trash train guy. That's what I'm worried about.
But I feel you, Pat, because I used to actually unload trash trains up here in the Falls when I worked at the one landfill up here.
Oh, man. I can only imagine.
Oh, it was a fun job, let me tell you.
Dave, if you remember, that all stemmed from when we were at Crescent this summer, and we were there, and it was just heritage unit after heritage unit after heritage unit, and Pat shows up and trash train.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this was I think we saw a third of the fleet in 4 days. That was unbelievable this year. But you're right. As Pat showed up, we got the trash train. No, it's all fun, and I love being able to laugh with it and joke around with it. I mean, that's the spirit of what you guys are building, and it reminds you of going out to a tavern in Pittsburgh or in Byron's and just having a great burger and talking with your buddies about trains. It's a true pleasure to be able to contribute to this. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for what you're doing.
Richard, how about you? Where you stand on next year's some topics?
I'm with some of the other guys. Like to hear, if we could, from industry insiders on what do they think the future, where's the future headed? Even like Andy with the NMRA could probably give us a little insight on where does the future headed. Is DCC hanging around, or is people getting interested in dead rail, that kind of thing? Also, love the episodes, with Todd and Uncle Dave on, just their rail fanning adventures and things that they see. And talk about the heritage units. I don't know, for some weird reason this year, it seems like the heritage units were coming to Conway for RMs. That's probably why you guys were catching so many up there at Crescent. Also, what would be neat, I think as well, would be, and I'm not talking real in depth, but somebody that's maybe interested in operation and just talking about how to kind of set up for operation and what do you need? Do you need car cards, or you need JMRI, or what's the preferred method? And someone else mentioned layouts, prototype versus freelancing or proto freelancing, and just see what different people feel along those lines. Just some ideas for next year.
How about Andy? What are you thinking? I know you've heard a lot of people talk and mention your name. So we want to make sure you get to say what you want to hear too.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I don't want to do any shameless self promoting, but I'm going to do a little. So I'd like to tell you the truth. I think what we do with the NMRA, especially standards and conformance, is highly, I don't want to say misunderstood, but maybe just not well understood. So like we just did a whole series, a whole last year on why standards matter. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback from our NMRA members about, hey, thanks for actually putting that in terms we can understand it. And now we know why, these standards exist and why they're always adapting. And it's kind of a moving target as innovation happens. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that. And I'd like to also hear from some more industry insiders, but I'd also like to hear from people who are leading organizations like T-Track, N-Track, Fremo N, people who are actually out and doing modular model railroading and in some of the things that they've gotten into. And I think bringing that to your listenership will help enhance that modular model railroading program as well. A lot of people are into it. A lot of people don't know how to get started. So I think that there's a big bonus there. And then again, some of the manufacturers, new products, new innovations, things that are coming out of the market. I'd like to hear some of that as well.
Okay. How about Brad? Brad, what are you thinking for season 2?
I want more Marty Jenkins season 2. If you guys missed out on the last Iron City chat that we have on Thursday nights, or was it the Saturday morning one? I can't remember. But Marty joined us, and my side was hurting afterwards. So we like to hear from Marty, but that basically goes right along with I'm going to keep hearing from more people from a wider base, and maybe get some more folks from across the ocean. I know we have some really good guys over in the UK who are interested in participating. Let's make this, truly a worldwide endeavor, and just get as many new friends involved as we possibly can.
I don't know about the whole Marty thing though.
Yeah.
He runs Digitrax, and he's always complaining about how it's always broke and he has to fix it.
Wow, that's harsh, Andy. He's not here to defend himself, but I love it.
So I'll give a little sneak peek of what Brad and I were trying to do a little bit, and just let you guys know and let our listeners know. I was a huge fan of a model rail radio back in the day, and I have talked to Tom Barbalet several times just on Facebook Messenger. He's retired from podcasting. I was trying to get some type of reunion, or some of the folks that used to participate in that show to come on ours and speak. I'm in the weeds right now, working that a little bit, but I just want to make sure everybody knows that that's the type of things we're looking at. We're trying to get some old shows back, just to reminisce about those shows and what people are doing. And that leads back to what Brad was talking about, to go more international. There was a lot of folks from England that used to come on that show and talk about their layouts and what they were doing. And so we're trying to reach out to those folks to see if we can't get that audience back, because some of those are some of the greatest modelers in the world are from the UK area, and I feel like their voice might not be as much as it used to be, and I like to hear from those folks again. Also, the Silicon Valley lines. That's the first people ever invited me to do remote session. Love to hear from them again, and we're hoping to make contact with those folks. The other thing, Brad and I, we kind of put some feelers out, and this is probably going to hit back up to the Uncle Dave's realm, but a lot of people asked us to talk about signaling and operations and operational setup, like Richard talked about, and how to do it, how to make their freelance look more prototype, and how, we talked a little bit in the last episode about how to run an open house different from an operation, and try to maybe get into that a little bit more. One thing we haven't talked about, and we probably need to talk to some people about, there's a whole other wing of the hobby, and that's collecting. Maybe a little bit more on the bigger scales than on our smaller scales. Smaller scales seem to operate more, but everybody loves to collect. And we probably need to talk to our friend Tom a little bit more about collecting. But that's another one we were looking at. Brad, what else do you have?
Well, we've got some big plans for our YouTube channel, which is starting to gain more subscriptions. They have certain thresholds that you have to meet, and each time you meet one of these thresholds, they unlock, a new feature. So if any of you haven't joined and would like to, there's no pressure, but if you would like to join, the more subscribers we get to the Iron City Roundhouse Report YouTube channel, there are some pretty cool things that we're going to be doing with that in the ways of remote ops, video. For the most part, our podcast is audio only, but we have started to get some video creeping into the YouTube arm of the Roundhouse Report. Here on Podbean, it's a great audio platform, but it doesn't allow you to record video. So the plan is to start, as we gain more and more features, hopefully from getting more and more subscribers, we can open up some of those cool features. We do have the ability to do live videos now. We asked our Iron City brethren to help us crash by the 50 subscription platform, and or not platform, but threshold. And that they came through for us in a matter of about a half hour, I think it was. We blew by that one. So we'll be asking from time to time for, if people, again, not a high pressure sales pitch, but anybody who would, because you can listen to the regular Roundhouse reports on YouTube just as easy as you can other places. But the more subscribers we get to that, the more ability we have to unlock some video features. Speaking of new and exciting things, I think, Dave, you had something that you wanted to share with us that you've got planned for the very near future.
Yeah, I've been talking with a few of the wisdom keepers here on the Onondaga Cutoff, and we've had a busy fall at my work at NJ Transit and back and forth with family stuff. It's been a wild year, but one of the things we haven't done in a long time is a good Facebook Live session. And so while we're not going to be doing a full operating session, we will be doing a holiday Onondaga Cutoff Facebook Live. We'll be running some trains and taking some questions, and it should be a lot of fun. So that'll be Saturday evening, the 13th of December. And I think it'll be a nice little respite. Maybe everybody can chime in during our break here from the fantastic Iron City podcast. But if you want to come over to the Onondaga Cutoff Facebook page, you'll see our live announcement there later this weekend, and looking forward to seeing you guys there. So stop on in.
I will definitely put that on my calendar. It's always great to see the live stuff from the Onondaga Cutoff. Is there going to be someone there kissing you on camera this time?
Probably not. Hopefully they keep their clothes on too. That'll be good. But it's always a hoot, and like having you and Todd here was so much fun. And sharing this stuff, sharing the hobby. It's the best part of the whole world, is to be able to take something you love and share it with other people that get it, that want to be a part of it. And that's the goal of sharing it on Facebook Live too. So we'll certainly look forward to that. And it's always an adventure. You never quite know how the layout's going to behave. And then, watching us struggle through that is always part of the fun.
It is. I've always said too that this hobby is fun, even if you're doing it solo, but it is just so many orders of magnitude better if you have good friends to share it with. And that's
right.
what all this stuff is about. So.
And that's really what operations is about. So, we've talked a little bit about season 2, and I think, focusing on operations is something that it's not as difficult to get into as it may seem if you've never tried it before. It's very much a little role-playing game, and you can get started with just one or two other people on your railroad. I mean, you could have a small switching layout or a 4x8 sheet of plywood and have a loop on it, and you can do an operating session that's a lot of fun even on that. So there's all sorts of ways to get into it, but I think talking a little more about operations for season 2 will be a lot of fun.
Awesome stuff. Are you there, Pat?
Yeah. So, hey, a little bit of I don't know what happened there. I was talking, nothing was happening. So, hey, as we close out season 1, I just want to say to Brad, thanks for talking me into this, because we were struggling with this for weeks, talking back and forth. Do we want to do it? Do we not want to do it? What's the setup going to be? What's the format? And we had this vision of 2 guys sitting near the cash register at the hobby store, and bugging you as you're waiting in line or you had a question. You talk to those two guys over there. So I hope and pray that's what we established. I think we did. And it went a lot faster and a lot further than I ever thought. I mean, we have people from Romania downloading, Ireland. We have people from Italy. We have people from South Africa, Korea. I can't, we're all over the world right now. Somewhere someone's downloading the Iron City, and I just can't tell you how pleased I am with that. But with that success comes responsibility, I think, to continue this in a manner that is pleasing to everybody, informative, and fun. A lot of people are in their car or their transit or they're on a T line trying to get to work or whatever they're trying to do, on a bus or whatever. And we hopefully, if we can give them 30 minutes each way every other week, I am very happy with that. And well, I think more than anything that the feedback we're getting on don't stop, continue to work on this, continue to do this. And it's not, hey, I listened. It's, hey, if you're going to do something in the future, here's what we'd like to hear. And I wouldn't mind jumping on and being with you guys. That makes me very happy. That tells me, hey, we got something here. We got a little bit of magic in a bottle. We got to keep it going. So with that, thank you so much for season one. And I'm going to pass over to Brad to see what he has to say.
Yeah, I can remember those days too, Pat. It is a little nerve wracking, putting your stuff out there to start something like this. But the thing that gave us the confidence to do it, one of the big things for me anyway, and I know Pat too, because we talked this through a lot, but we both said, look, this is kind of a low risk proposition. We got an audience at that time of, I think we were around 1,900 people, 2,000. If that's the only audience we reach, that's good enough. Those guys that we have on Iron City, the fact that we've actually turned that around now, and the podcast, I believe, is actually helping us draw new members to the Facebook page, and the Facebook page is still getting new listeners to the podcast. It's kind of a cool synergy that's happening. But the basis for it all, the biggest reason that we felt confident in doing this is because of you guys, and I mean this. I'm not just blowing smoke here. We knew we had the group of guys that would support this in whatever way we asked. When we ask for feedback, we get it from you guys. And that includes, I'm talking to the guys that are here with us tonight, but everybody out there in Iron City land. That's why we were confident in taking that leap to try to do this. Because first of all, we knew there were people who would help. We knew that just from the nature of 4.5 years of Iron City, if something is not up to par, people aren't nasty about it and they're not trashing you. They're encouraging you, saying this is something you might do to try to get your sound quality better. Brad, your mouth is way bigger than everybody else is on there, so you need to try to find a way to get your voice the same level as everybody else so you don't blow people's windows out. But that's it's the support from guys that are here with us and everybody that's on our Iron City page. That's what gave us the juice to take that step and see what we could do with this. And we are eternally grateful to everybody who has contributed in any way possible, whether you've been on with us, whether you've been encouraging us on the Facebook page, whether you've been giving us ideas to try in the future. We take all of those to heart, and because Pat and I can't think of everything, so we always welcome any suggestions that any of our listeners, any of the Iron City Facebook page, any of the guys from some of the groups that you guys belong to, like Andy with the NMRA, Dave with the OC, whatever, any suggestions, we are open to it. And your support just means the world to us, I guess, to wrap up what I want to say. It means absolutely the world. And it's what motivates us to keep doing this. And I've said it many times, but as long as you're willing to keep listening, we're going to keep doing this. And we've got a great core here tonight that we can always draw on. That's confidence inspiring. And there's guys who are part of that core who can't be with us tonight, but we know that we have that too. So that's what it's all about for me. The community that is growing up as a result of what we're doing here. And it's all about community. It's all about camaraderie. It's all about the friendships you make. And so again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for the support for season one. And we're just looking forward to what the future has to bring after the holidays, and looking forward to, like we said, season two mid to late January. We'll be back with all of you guys and hopefully kick it off with it in a great way and have another fantastic season. So Pat, back to you.
Okay, so hey, if everyone, we got a few more extra minutes here, so I'm just going to go around the horn. If anybody wants to just shout out to their families or to model railroaders and wish them happy holidays, so we'll just start off with Jimmy. Any final last words?
Well, pretty much just, like I said earlier, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to those listening, and I'm excited to hear season 2 start.
Excellent. Andy, any final words?
Yeah, just I hope that when you wake up on Christmas morning and you realize that you've been a good boy, well, except for officers, but you realize that you've been a good boy and you've gotten trains in your stocking. Don't be disappointed if somebody else in the house got some coal, because you can use that too.
Well said. Well said.
Well said. Connor?
Hey, Pat. I just want to say thank you to you and Brad for having me on again. It's been a pleasure and great listening to you guys. Really looking forward to season 2. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this season finale podcast episode. Happy holidays and happy railroading. I'll see you in season 2.
Chris?
Just want to say Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, and Happy Festivus for the rest of us to all of Iron City. And we'll see everybody at Springfield in January.
Excellent. Excellent.
Right, that's right, Chris. You're going to be there too. Awesome. I believe you're rooming with Tom.
Yep, we're bucking, and I think we're both separately taking trains in Springfield this year.
Awesome.
We'll see you there, buddy.
Taking the late for sure. So hopefully I get there.
Okay, Blake, any final words?
Yeah, just thank you again for having me on, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to everyone listening. I hope everyone has a great holiday season, nice and relaxing holiday season too. And I look forward to seeing a lot of people at upcoming shows for the Iron City group and also at Springfield, because I will be there as well. And you'll see me probably with my little DCC Sodor pin. So I had to get a little plug in there for my YouTube channel.
Excellent.
That's allowed, Blake.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Thanks, Brad.
Bob, out there in the great weather, I know it's a little hard to see us East Coasters with snow for the holidays, but any final words from you, Bob?
Yeah, I just want to thank you and Brad. Most people don't understand that you put out a 1-hour podcast, but that's 3 to 4 hours of pre-production and post-production, and that's all free for us. You guys volunteer your time for that, so I appreciate that. I want to say that in any organization, culture is the most important thing, and the Iron City culture is fantastic. It's inclusive. Like Richard said, there is no dumb questions. And so it's a great environment. The NMRA should take a hint of this. And I want to wish everybody a very happy holidays. And from all of us here in Iron City West, have a great holiday.
Okay, Richard, any final thoughts from the historian?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you, Patrick, and thank you, Brad, for a great season 1. Looking forward to season 2. And just want to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday season, safe and happy New Year's. And I want to say all the Digitrax users out there, don't let these NCE guys scare you. My Digitrax Empire Builder has been working fantastic for the last 26 years with no issues.
Hey, Pat. Pat, could you explain to the Iron City historian who does the editing of this podcast? Can anybody get what? Can anybody get what I'm going to zap?
Hey, Brad, you want me to hit the button where it says what you just heard is not an opinion of Iron City, nor is it sponsors.
You gotta realize that's an early version of Digitrax. It's like NCE.
I tell you what, Senior Chief's got his elbows out tonight, doesn't he?
Okay, and we'll finish up with Dave. Dave, how about a holiday message for everyone out there?
Well, it's as always, it's a pleasure to just share camaraderie with everybody here, and to join some of this positive energy is always a pleasure. But from my family to yours, to everybody here in the Iron City and throughout the entire hobby, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, best wishes into the new year for you and your family. And from one railroader to another, may the best be yet to come. This is an exciting time, and it's a pleasure to be part of it.
Okay. Hey, just want to tell our listeners, if you're trying to listen to us for the first time or you've never been on our Facebook page, that's the best way to get a hold of us and actually see what we're talking about. And that is the Iron City InScale page, and that's on Facebook. You can DM anyone you heard tonight on the page, or direct message them, or just talk to them in a post. Just ask them any questions you want. All the guys here are members, and they'd be happy to discuss anything you want in your model railroading. Also, we love to see new layouts. If you're building a new layout, show us what you got. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We love to see the progress. If you've got a super empire layout, we love to see those, because those are great examples to the new folks to say, hey, look, this is what I did. This is where we're at with our layout. Because I know a lot of people right now, I saw several major layouts that are doing some refurbishing or some touch-ups or some rewiring. I know Todd is doing a new section. We should be seeing something from him very soon, a video of that final piece that he was working on. So layout's always in motion.
I got to shovel 6 inches of snow out of mine after.
And if you want to listen to us, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube, like Brad mentioned. We're going to try to get that page up and really rolling in 2026. We're on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, Podchaser, and Boomplay. And like we said, this is episode 18, the finale, the Christmas show, as you will. And like I said again, thanks to our members for being guests this year. It's been a wonderful process. We're really looking forward to season 2. Got a lot of suggestions. We're going to be on the phones and on the internet, emailing people, trying to bring in the best guests we can for season 2. And with that, my partner in crime, the guy that got me started on this, Brad, I'll let you have the final word for season 1.
Thank you so much again to everybody who participated in any way, whether listening, whether making contributions, whether you were on here talking with us. We look forward to having many new guests that will come from that group of people who's listening to us. You feel free to contact us if you have something you want to talk about. It means so much to us. Your support means more than I can even say, more than I could put into words very well. This has been an extremely fun run. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but there were some tough times for some of us here in the hobby early in the year, and the way this community has come together just put that in the past, and we just generated so much fun and good energy for everybody involved, I hope anyway. And thank you so much to you guys who are here spending this time at the end of season 1 with us right here as we get ready to celebrate the holidays. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate everybody who was a guest, who contributed to the content that we're producing here. Thank you for all the suggestions. And like I said, we're going to be in the background here for a little bit, but we make it clear we're not going away for good. We're looking forward to that day in January when we come rolling back with a vengeance and lots of new and exciting stuff planned. So with having said all that, thank you once again. Have a great time over the holidays with your families. Best wishes to a safe and successful new year for 2026. And just keep those trains running. And we will see you talk to you in about a month for the start of season 1 of the Iron City Roundhouse Report. Thank you so much.